Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about cyber rigs, but before I did, I just wanted to update in case you weren't aware that the Hunter Requisitions, which is the item you need to go into an expedition, they are now going to upgrade us to 3 per week. Originally, it was 1 per week. You could buy more out of the bit store, so now they're saying they'll give us 3 per week. Unless you have the Patron Pass. Patron Pass will give you 1 per day. So that'll be 10 per week if you have a Patron Pass. Just wanted to let you know about that because it's a lot better, at least. You know, being able to do it once per week if you didn't have the Patron Pass to go up to 3 is a pretty nice little thing. Now, if you weren't aware of cyber rigs, I was kind of waiting for them to post their own little stuff about it so that I wasn't having to use other people's pictures and everything, what I had seen. I thought I would share a little bit with you on them. They're a little bit of a booster for us. They're a little bit of a, power booster, so to say, because everything you do supposedly is a power booster. And you can see this right here. This is a rig. And you see all the lit up things. These are little chips in your rig. And each chip does its own little thing that will boost your power, whether it's from fire rate to reload or whatnot. And you'll see it over here. It gives you the bonuses that you are going to get. And you'll see the fire rate. Each one of these little triple ones is going to be a fire rate. Each one of them basically gives you like a 2% fire rate, which is why you see an 8% fire rate increase here, because you have 4 of those chips in there. So, and this is stuff you don't have to work for. It's all passive. Now you'll see this yellow line here. It's like your power line that fills up as you're putting chips in. And I don't really know yet because I haven't actually played it or anything, but I don't know if filling it up will get you all the way to the top or if you're pretty much going to need, say, epic ones to put in here. And then epic will be enough power. I don't know if the chips have more power. One has more power than the other or not. I don't really know yet if just filling this up will do it. Because it may just be that way. And as you fill it up, it's giving you these little passive bonuses. And I don't really, not sure which one is what exactly. But they do have Vampire Shield highlighted, and you can see that on Shield Break you gain 8% life steal for 5 seconds, which isn't super awesome, but it's also not super bad. So these are the chips right here, and this is why I say I'm not 100% sure, because you see though, it does say cyber rig charge of 15. So they all do 15, and you'll see that there is actually a legendary version. So I don't know if if the smaller chips, I'm just guessing that these smaller chips would all be epic. Maybe they'll come in legendary status, I don't know. I am guessing that this would be your legendary, because you see it gives you a 20% overcharge duration, and this is your Keystone Chip, which if you look at the rig is the very, very top. And when you put that in, you get a plus 20% overcharge duration for this particular one. So your overcharge lasts 20% longer, another nice little bonus. Now, what they've also done is, they're like mods. Say you wanted to put something else over this one. Well, you can. You can just put one right over it and it'll overwrite it. But if this is a good one and you want to save it, you have to use a chip puller to do so. Now, here's the thing about a chip puller. While a chip puller will pull this and save this one so that you can put your other one in, chip pullers can't be earned in any shape, form, or fashion. As of this moment, they are only going to be available in the bit store. So chip pullers will cost you money. So where you can always replace your chip, you can never pull it without paying real money in the bit store to get chip pullers. So that's going to be something to be aware of when you are trying to set up your cyber rig, that you don't want to just go blue, 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 and just throw it all in there and be done with it. No, you got to pay attention, because you may put a good chip in there, and maybe you'll get, see, part of the thing could be maybe you're going to just get a better rig altogether, and you've got 1 or 2 good chips that you just don't want to lose. And the only way to get those chips back is a chip puller, because you can sell the rig, and you can sell the chips, and you can get silicone. And let's see, we'll go to the bottom right here. And they're not tradable, which is pretty obvious. They have the little, no tradable sign on them right there. And it says that you can break them down for silicone shards, and those shards are currency for a merchant in Alcatraz who will peddle special rigs and chips. So that's one thing you can do with them for sure. And if you didn't notice it right on the way too, they are only found on bosses and mini bosses inside expeditions. So expeditions are the only place you're going to be able to get these. So your hunter requisitions are really going to be valuable because you're going to want to use them properly, because the higher the threat level, the harder it is, the better chances for better loot. So if you're wanting those epic and legendary items, you've got to be a higher ego, or you've got to have some incredibly wonderful higher ego friend who's just going to carry you through it. At least that's the way it looks right now. Because if your ego 3000, your ego, 5900 friend may not want to take you through, because that 3000 won't scale. We've gone through that. Scaling won't work that way. Now, if you went into yours, he would scale down to your level, but not the other way around. So I've already said it before, and I'm saying it again, get your ego up. Even I'm working on my ego. They say it in this little thing here that you can actually get one of these cyber rigs that's above your ego, that you will need to get your ego rating up. Let's see, it's right here. You can equip a cyber rig with each of your loadouts, though as with other gear, cyber rigs have an ego rating you must meet before you can use them. So, and this right here, Salvaged Matrix is worthless for these. You will not be able to upgrade their rating or do anything with them. So, yeah, don't think that's going to help you any right there. So it's really time to put that effort in, especially before these come out. And if there's any, I understand there's events. You don't really want to do that, but there's no events right this minute. Get your ego up. Even I am trying to work on my ego. So it's time to do it. And you can see the different things that some of these chips can do. There's your reload, your effect trigger, shield optimizer, your damage basically, and of course your keystone. And I'm interested to see what some of these other keystones may be, since this is the only one I'm getting to see right here. So, and one thing I think I've caught a whiff of is that sometimes they will come with some of these already in place. It's kind of what I've gathered, and just from reading, just trying to figure it out. So you might have to be prepared that it'll already have some of your chips in place. I don't know exactly how that'll work yet. That's something you would probably have to play to see. So, and it says here that when you find a rig, you can immediately load it up and start using it. So you see, some rigs come pre-slotted with the selection of cyber chips. So, and there it is right there. You'll need to use a special cyber puller tool, which is available from the bit store if you're wanting to pull any chips from your rig. So that's my little knowledge base, which isn't much, but it's a little bit on these cyber rigs. And I mean, the cyber rigs are still going to be good, because like I said, any passive power you get is still good. Power is power, no matter how you get it or how small it is. It's an upgrade. So, and if you're actually like a bit on the PTS and playing and know more about these, please share the information. I'm always, willing to learn a little bit more than what I already know. So that is my knowledge base so far on cyber rigs, and I will catch you guys later.